David Grenvold has given the job on Paul Hudson.
First bounce. What should be an outstanding game. Hawthorn versus Essendon. First tap goes to Lawrence. Kick it with the opening sortie, and Collins takes the mark and quickly plays on and swings a handball to Jarman, who's been one of the stars at Hawthorn. Sells Wanganeen, but then kicks into the man O'Donnell, who was one of the best for Essendon in their revival last week in the last quarter against Collingwood, and it'll be a throw-in.
Yes, Jerry O'Donnell was very good last week on Tony Francis. I gave him a vote, actually, because not only did he put Francis out of the game, he many possessions himself. There's Salmon getting it to Thompson. A hurry kick. That's Dean Anderson, who's been in good form. Chris Danaher caught. That'll be holding the ball. And it was a good tackle, and that was put on by Condon. Anthony Condon, about 75 metres out from the Hawks' goal. He brings it in towards half forward, and a bit of pushing and shoving going on. Here's a chance for Morrissey on the left foot. A high floating kick. Brereton from behind. The ball hits the deck. Dunstall caught, gets in a quick hand pass, taken by Greg Anderson. Anderson on the right foot to the centre of the ground, but the mark taken by Lawrence, who gives it to Ayres.
Plays on quickly, finds Hudson, who can go from here, squeezes it and just misses it. Didn't give himself a lot of space, did he?
No, he didn't, but Greg Anderson's kick coming out of the back line then was a terrible one. He tried to pinpoint a kick when he should have really been going for a long distance kick.
Flood goes short, finds his captain in Thompson. Had a lot of touches last week. Played negatively, as he often does, because he was under so much pressure. Here's O'Donnell. Gets onto the left boot, kicks it to Izzard, who's back. He pulled a hamstring after kicking a goal in the opening round against St Kilda and went straight off the ground. He hasn't seen any football since. A very poor kick, makes it awkward for Long. Ayres favoured by the bounce, then shrugs Wanganeen off and sweeps it out to Pritchard in the centre square.
Daryn Pritchard, the short, well, bad option. He kicked it straight to the centre. Here's Kickett, who was brilliant last week. Now it's Greg Anderson with a long booming kick. Langford at the back, taps at the ground, then races to get it again. Good play by Langford on Somerville. Langford races away and kicks it poorly to centre wing. Is that a free kick to Mark Thompson? It's either a mark or a free, and he will take it, the Bomber captain.
Swings at the Buick, who's twice this year kicked 5 goals. It's a goal-kicking running rover. Danaher the target. Oh, should have taken it. Couldn't. Gets a crunch by Jenk. He was a bit stiff. Izzard. Taylor with him. Izzard outnumbered, and in the end probably fortunate for it to go over the line.
It was a perfect pass in by Darren Buick coming down the ground, and Terry Danaher really should have gobbled that one.
Half forward for the Bombers. Salmon versus Lawrence. Over the back is Gary O'Donnell. Buick. Terry Danaher on the left foot. Here's a chance for Somerville. Oh, I should have marked that. Oh, Peter Somerville has dropped an absolute sitter. In fact, I don't think he even touched it.
That was great vision then by Terry Danaher on his left foot, spotting Somerville going to the pocket, and really Peter Somerville, that was a give me that one.
Got the feeling it caught him by surprise. It was so simple in the end, really.
Well, the ball was floating in a unusual manner.
Collins. Good kick, really. He had no other options. Izzard feinted a handball, then got caught. Salmon sits and waits off the ground. Taylor came and met it strongly. Pritchard threw it away, but got away with it. Taylor. A wobbly one. Thompson. Morrissey. Gowers up. Morrissey. No tackle put on him by Wallace. Should have been. Thompson, a well played Salmon. He has got some skills. Swings at the kicker, who can go. Well, I said he could go, but he's gone to Danaher. Still Terry Danaher, straightens up, drop punt, good kick, straight through for a goal.
Lead by 5 points. There's Salmon tapping at the ground, the pace of Buick. Now Terry Danaher again from 70 metres, the long booming kick. Will it bounce through for a goal? Oh, bad luck to Essendon. It bounced to the left, and it was a good kick by Danaher, Tim.
Yes, it was a long kick then, and Essendon obviously going very direct early in this game.
Langford straight down the centre, booming kick. Condon at the back, had a fair bit of it. Chris Danaher goes to ground. O'Donnell brilliantly done to kick it, squeezes it to Long with a clever kick. It should sit. Really just fumbled a little. I would have fancied him to take Ayres on there too. He would have run round him, I reckon.
And Ayres just worrying him out of that. I could see Michael Long's mind almost ticking over there. He knew that Ayres was on his back and that he had to do something.
Somerville in the front, won the tap, Long in the pocket, keeps it in cleverly, but only to Langford. It was a poor kick in the end, but it was a reasonable effort to keep it in play. Very short, and finds Taylor, who goes to his captain Ayres.
Gary Ayres. Oh, shocker. Straight to Danaher. Well, that's not like Hawthorn, is it, to Gary Ayres on his own to kick it straight to Terry Danaher. He had Collins as an option. Just a missed kick. Danaher already kicked a goal.
There's far too many Essendon players down the forward line. They really do need to open it up a bit down there at a set kick.
Well, eventually Chris Danaher has made space and has marked. He will have to kick from 50. Chris Danaher, one of two of the Danaher brothers playing today. There's the kick. A good-looking kick for a goal. So the Bombers have kicked 2-1. The Hawks one behind.
As Terry Danaher waited then for a kick further into the 50-metre radius then, but then he's elected to go to his brother Chris, who was just on the inside of the 50-metre line. And actually, I didn't think Chris would have been able to kick that ball. He was probably kicking from 60 metres out. It was a lovely drop punt kick.
2-1 to a point. The Bombers by 2 goals. Terry Danaher has been heavily involved in them. Buick missed that one. Pritchard's quick kick to half forward. Gowers in the front spot. Tried a half volley. Anderson favoured by the bounce. Swings on the left foot. And a dangerous one for Denham. Takes a courageous mark. Hawthorn had the numbers. Back to O'Donnell. Pressure. Collins puts it on. Now Denham. Buick will provide a lead. Denham goes to him. Kicks it to Buick. Lawrence over the back. And it just beats Buick and out of play.
That was just too high. Then Essendon were on the break, and you know, that is a kick that needs to be absolutely perfect.
Again, a slow start to the Hawks. It must be worrying for Alan Joyce. Here's Collins. He's got backup support from Platten, the workhorse. Platten to the pocket. The race is on. Dean Anderson versus Kieran Spawn. She tries to tap it back to Hudson. Oh, Hudson, a backflip to Morrissey. That was clever play. Morrissey further afield to Anthony Condon, who from 35 metres brings it into Brereton. He can't mark. He's still got it. Dermot Brereton thrown away, the umpire said, and it will be a free kick. And I don't think there was any doubt about that. It's taken by Mark Harvey, who immediately kicks a shocker. But luck's a fortune. It comes to Mark Thompson. He gets away very easily. Brings it to the centre of the ground. Oh, well done by Stephen Lawrence as he sprints away. Oh, he's brought down from behind. Platten, a wobbly kick to half forward. Well trapped by Gowers. Gowers around the corner is kicked out of bounds on the full.
Kicks him. Harvey, awful kick. Thompson, awful kick. Lawrence, awful kick. Platten, awful kick. And Gowers, awful kick.
Yes, we better make sure that ball's not flat at quarter time.
There's the halfback. Spawn got rid of Pritchard. Now Collins round his body. Keeps it in play. Hudson sits and waits. Morrissey at the back. Thumped away by Wallace. Anderson. And it'll beat them over the line. Some wasted opportunities a moment ago. Dean Anderson, just still 24 years of age. Played in 2 premierships. And one of those reliable players. Link players that Hawthorn has got so much value out of. Lawrence with a great dump. Hudson with a run of it. Run down by Grenville. Oh, here's a goal to Dunstall. Well played, Pritchard.
Where do millions of jets, helicopters, planes, trains and trucks go when they're low on fuel? The same place you do. BP. BP on the move.
The Bombers lead by 6 points after that goal by Dunstall, but full marks. And there's a Hawthorn player down in that forward pocket. Now, that might be Gowers, I feel.
He was the one that actually, I said it was Lawrence. It was Gowers that went for the throw-in and got the thump away.
It was Gowers who went for that big knock, and he is down, and it doesn't look too good for the Hawks. Now, Terry Danaher, kick it. A wobbly one. for the half-forward line. Jenky's got a couple to beat here. Oh, he tapped that back brilliantly to Langford. That was good play by Jenky. Langford went for the safety of the boundary line, and over it goes. But good play by Ray Jenky. And well, here's Andrew Gowes. We'll have a look at it again. Well, he goes for the hit out, and he won it. He hit it about 20 metres. Oh, the left hand by Dean Wallace across the head. Well, one wonders.
So that's the aftermath. Gowes has been one of the very good players, and play is being held up for the moment. He's in a very bad way, as you can see, totally out to it. He's had a superb start to this season after being struggled since he commenced his career in 1988. He's just played the 26 games, 27 games, and that's a real shame. Copping one in that throw-in, and well, poor old Gowes probably doesn't even know that Hawthorn scored a goal from his good play, I'd think. But
well, you must give the player the benefit of the doubt in that situation. Wallace was going for the ball. He's not normally a ruckman. He really has just gone to hit the ball, and unfortunately Andrew Gowes has copped it. And you know, if you get onto this stretcher, then there's the sort of a certain amount of doubt whether or not you'll take any further part in the game.
Well, Jared Healy's down on the boundary line, and no doubt he'll be letting us know exactly what's the situation. And as we have another look at the incident, Glenn Nugent is to come on, and Andrew Gowes off. So Nugent, who's playing his first game in '92, had glandular fever and got injured last year, so 1991 was a write-off. And Dean Wallace and Glenn Nugent, the 221s, exchange pleasantries. As we're back with the action, Lawrence and Salmon. The score, Essendon by a goal. Lawrence with a tap. Anderson, who's made a pretty good start. Ben Allen, first time I've noticed him. And Denham will get a free kick and quickly plays on to Anderson, who takes Jenky on and then swings it to centre half forward. Danaher and Taylor, one hand Danaher held, no free kick. Ayres round the body. O'Donnell leads Pritchard, but he'll need that sort of advantage. Pritchard will run close to him here. Sits and waits on him. O'Donnell round the body. Ayres and Langford getting rid of Somerville and giving away a free kick.
Yes, you're not allowed to do that, Chris Langford, but I was watching the Essendon players, and Gary O'Donnell turned on his left foot, and all the players at Essendon must know by now that he's a left footer, but there was no one leading to his left side.
Well, hip and shoulder put on Somerville, but the ball a fair way away when it was done. And Somerville will kick from about 45 metres. Kicked 4 goals last week in the reserves. Drop punt. Good looking kick. It's close. It could be a goal. It is.
Time is running out for you to secure a brand new luxury unit at Points North, Coolangatta. Priced thousands below replacement cost, these oceanfront units represent an outstanding investment opportunity and unbeatable value. Take advantage now. Remaining units are selling fast. Points North offers you the perfect fully managed rental investment, retirement or holiday home. Be quick to secure the investment and lifestyle you've always wanted. See Points North today on the beach at Coolangatta.
Stephen Lawrence gets it to Platten. Platten to the half-forward line. Hudson shoveled out of it by number 29 for Essendon, David Greenbold. He gets it to Harvey. Harvey to the half-forward line. Punched down by Taylor. The bounce of the ball. Now, who's it going to favour? Gary O'Donnell went in after Pritchard brilliantly. Gets that quick hand pass. Taken by Wanganeen to O'Donnell, who was covered. Back to Wanganeen. That was fumbled there by Spawn. Jarman goes in after it. Tries to tap it on. Now Anderson to the half-forward line. Players racing after it. Hudson to Brereton. He's shuffled off the ball. Well done by Kickett. Kickett to Bomber Thompson. Mark Thompson at half-back. He's looking for an option. It's a hand pass. Further afield he went to Denham. And the Bombers go forward through Greg Anderson. In towards half-forward where Langford has dropped the sitter. Chris Langford. Dean Wallace. Now Somerville. Now Anderson. A hand pass to Denham. The former Geelong Rover from 45 metres. Fires in a goal. He's kicked the goal. So Essendon doing it well. 4-1 to 1-1.
Yes, and Essendon have got running players all over the ground. They've got little blokes in Denham, Ezard, Buick, Long, Wanganeen, Kickett. They really have decided to go into this game with a lot of small running players in all parts of the ground.
Terry Danaher pretty happy that went through because he's on his own waiting for Denham to pass it to him.
Sean Denham, very good kick both feet.
4-1-1-1. What a good start for Essendon here. Spawn out of the centre tackled. Morrissey round his body to centre half forward. Hudson takes a chest mark. Well played. Dunstall to take off now against Flood. Oh, it's a great kick to Dunstall. It's a beautiful lead and an excellent kick. Unless you have a player in between Dunstall and the kicker, you're not going to cut that off. And he's already kicked one goal in his 150th match. The man who's been so outstanding for Hawthorn for such a long period has kicked it superbly.
Advanced Hair Studio now offers you the complete cure to your fear of baldness. New generation strand by strand with TrichoFuse. Researched and tested by scientists in Japan, TrichoFuse is integrated with your scalp. And you can see here how successfully TrichoFuse recreates your hairline. The TrichoFuse procedure can be performed over a period of time, involves no surgery, and no one need ever know. You don't need to suffer hair loss any longer. Call Advanced Hair Studio now.
2 goals the margin. The Bombers lead. Platten races in after the little terrier. He loses it. That was Greg Anderson who's doing well. Lawrence takes on Spawn, but Kieran Spawn wins out. Oh, down goes Spawn, hip and shouldered, but went down hard. Anderson to O'Donnell. O'Donnell to the half-forward line. Dean Wallace races at it. Trapped it beautifully on the... as he went down with both hands. O'Donnell to Buick, who's caught holding the ball, I feel. Oh, very lucky. Very lucky, Daryn Buick. He's got the kick now. He wants to play on.
Daryn Buick might have been lucky then, Peter, but I don't think he's quite as lucky as Kieran Spawn seeing Dermot Brereton out the corner of his eye then.
Well, Buick appealed to the umpire for the free. He got it, but a little bit lucky. He is 60 metres out from goal. It's off the side of the boot to the pocket, and over the line it goes. And Chris Langford's not happy at all. Spawn, let's have a look as he comes through. Bang. Oh, he's a very lucky man to get up, actually, as Tim Watson intimated. Now, here's Taylor trying to reef it out of the pack. Johnny Platten races away, has a bounce. Onto the left foot. This might be out on the full. No, Madigan races back to the flight to take the mark.
Goes to centre wing. Brereton, Harvey at the back, and Hudson, and also Grenvold. Some tough nuts in that group. Well played, Brereton, to give Anderson the run of it. Swings it back to Hudson, had to sit and wait and gave it to Collins. He's playing up the ground today. Kick to Dunstall, not good, and runs out of play. Gowers, we saw carried off a moment ago. Gerard Healy, the situation.
Well, obviously Andrew Gowers was pretty badly concussed, and in the words of Hawthorn's physiotherapist Barry Gavin, he's finished for the day.
Okay, you can't be any clearer than that. So that's a body blow to Hawthorn, because Gowers has been very important to them. It's been one of their big improvers in a patchy start to this season. Allen, in fact, wins the tap. Ezard waits. Nugent over the top. The kick by Chris Danaher didn't go anywhere. Nugent's kick will go through. No, Flood. Well played. Good tackle on him. Buick. Gee, that's confidence. Wonderful vision to Thompson. A bounce. Caught by Allen. Well played, Ben Allen. The bomber comes back and gives it to O'Donnell. No one to give it to. Thompson's going to have to work. The lack of pace was found out there for Essendon and a couple of their players. Wanganeen can't get to Ayres. He swings it wide and goes to Jarman, who normally does something constructive, and he does it again to Condon.
Yes, Anthony Condon way out at half forward. The big danger man today is Dunstall for Essendon, because I don't know whether David Flood can keep with Dunstall. I'll get Tim Watson's opinion on that. I don't find David Flood a very quick player, Tim.
He's not very quick off the mark, but when you play against Hawthorn and Dunstall, the most important thing is that you get pressure from your teammates up the ground.
You're dead right. As we see Madigan doing the ruck work, Kickett shuffled out of it. This is Kieran Spawn, the centre of the ground. Danger here for Hawthorn, because the danger is Michael Long. Oh, he's lost it. Now it's Collins in after to sock it off the ground to centre wing. Morrissey against Wanganeen. Morrissey will lead in the race for the ball. Hooks it back. It was an ordinary kick and it's gone straight to Denham.
Plays on, tries to get around Platten, kicks it very badly. Collins was running the wrong way. Here's Wallace, has had a couple of touches today. Caught by Jenke. Taylor mops up. Condon and Chris Danaher, who's become a real regular and can tackle. There's no question about that. It's been one of his strengths out on the floor. I get the feeling, Tim, that Chris Danaher's finally finding his feet at Essendon.
Yes, he's been around for a while and had a number of injuries.
Here's Wallace. Left foot, not a good kick. Danaher sits and waits. Ayres gets him two of the strong men in the game.
That really was a poor kick that Terry Danaher was there on his own. All Dean Wallace had to do was hit him on the chest with that left foot pass. As it was, Terry had to stop, wait for the ball, and gave Gary Ayres plenty of time to catch him.
Well, Danaher and Ayres have been in some battles over the years. Somerville, long now. Somerville again, left foot smothered by Langford. Here's Jenke. Well, he panicked. Gives O'Donnell a chance. Still O'Donnell. Can kick this. Drop punt. Wobbly. Does it go through? Yes.
Tonight on 7 Nightly News.
A 27-year-old man becomes Queensland's first Easter road toll victim. Arson suspected in a fire that extensively damaged the top floor of a Toowoomba hotel. And a record run home for yachts in the Brisbane to Gladstone race.
Full details of today's top stories on 7 Nightly News.
Now there are two great British comedies on the one night.
Do you think we've got time?
The fun of Hello Hello and Birds of a Feather. 7:30 tonight on 7.
Well, two sitters dropped by Hawthorn. Langford dropped one. And, of course, Cheeky just dropped another one that's resulted in 2 goals. Now, a free kick going to Hawthorn. Some ironical cheers. This is Pritchard. Daryn Pritchard to the half-forward line. Players set themselves over the back. The chance for Hawthorn. Oh, the brilliant Jarman. Oh, that was clever. Onto the right foot goes Jarman. Kicks and hits the post. So bad luck after a brilliant passage of play.
Yes, and Kieran Spawn is tagging Dean Anderson. Kieran Spawn, not normally a tagging type player, but been given a new role here today.
Flood, as we saw McGuinness a moment ago getting ready to come on. Terry Danaher just gave a little shove out. No free kick. Hudson, good tackle on him. Kicker who started very well again today. Sweeps it to Izard. Sits, waits, goes around Lawrence. Now to Salmon. Gets some distance on the drop punt. Morrissey's in the box seat. Long comes in late, gives a free kick away. Not many options again for Essendon. I say again, they're leading by 3 goals, but they've had the best of it. Morrissey, awkward kick. Brereton the fly. Harvey, well played. Platten read it as a Rover should. Wobbles one to half forward. Grenvold and Hudson are having an interesting duel. Hudson was held onto, no free kick. Jarman brilliantly done to Brereton, who took it well, and then goes for a short one. Good kick in the end. Platten, clever. Handball, not so clever. Here's Madigan, switches it back. Ben Allen should kick a goal, and he does, as Kickett's injured. First goal to Allen. Hawthorn strikes back at 3-2 to 5-1. Jenke's off, by the way. Kickett's injured, as I mentioned, and Ray Jenke, I think, is paying the penalty for that mistake by coming off and McGuinness coming on.
Yes, there was a poor mistake before by Ray Jenke when he elected to kick the ball off the ground. But Derek Kickett in the hands of the trainers there, not looking particularly good, and Hawthorn kicking back them with their 3rd goal.
Back to the centre, Lawrence versus Somerville now. Buick for half-forward Ayres. He'll run straight at the ball. Now he's caught, and that is tough. Because Terry Danaher a moment ago exactly the same thing, and that is inconsistent umpiring.
And Dean Bailey has come on and replaced Michael Long.
Wanganeen to the pocket. Langford at the back. Salmon, is that a free kick? Yes, it is, against Langford on Salmon, and Salmon will kick from 30 metres. And Chris Langford speaking to the umpire, but I don't think there's any doubt about that one, as you'll see him come from behind.
Yes, all he needed was a saddle in that instance, wasn't it?
Well, anyone who says it shouldn't be a free kick when you put the hands on the guy's shoulders, well, it's got to be paid, doesn't it? Paul Salmon from 30 metres, almost directly in front. kicks. He's hooked it slightly. Did he sneak it in? Yes, he did, for a goal.
There was no greater challenge at a time when there was no greater fear.
Daryn.
The daring young Aussies whose courage has become legendary.
Barbarian! Yeah!
Now comes their untold story of sacrifice and survival.
Hold it for a minute, stop!
And above all, mateship.
So, how are you blokes anyway?
The spirit of the Anzac is brilliantly captured in a magnificent new Australian production based on the true event.
They are heroes.
Craig McLachlan stars in Heroes 2, soon on 7.
Dean Bailey on for Michael Long at 6-1 to 3-2, 37 to 20. Hawks going very well. Well played, Buick from Somerville, and a great kick. Wonderful football, Buick. Wallace takes the mark. Tim, Buick's strength is that he plays the corridor so well, doesn't he? Straight down the middle.
He does, and football teams dream about being able to do that. One tap out of the centre to the rover and a leading player coming up the ground. And I think Dean Wallace, since he's been shifted to the forward line even this first quarter, has done quite well.
Well, in two minds there. Look for a lead at one stage. You'll kick from 50. Drop punt. Didn't kick it all that well. And after a conference between the goal umpire and the boundary umpire, they've given it a behind. So Wallace missing, and that excellent build-up didn't count for much.
And he really did run too close to the man on the mark then.
Chris Langford looking for someone to kick it to. It's a long kick out to the half-back line. Players race back with the flight of the ball. Could have been a free kick to Hawthorn for holding. Platten brought down from behind. As players racing up, it'll be a bounce at half-forward for Essendon. It's a good start to the Bombers. Another slow start by Hawthorn. Must be very worrying for their coach. 8-goal start they gave St Kilda last week. Almost caught them, but it proved costly in the long run. As players again race in, it'll be another bounce.
This Johnny Platten in the last few years really has chopped up Essendon on a number of occasions, and although they've been able to retard him in the first quarter, the test will be for the full 4 quarters here today.
Madigan doing the ruck work with Lawrence in the pocket. Spawn's handball went nowhere. Bailey threw it away. Now Collins, and out of play. Bailey a bit lucky there not to have a free kick. There's Lawrence and Grenvald, a bit like David and Goliath. Well, we know who David is. He's on the left. Danaher, Taylor at the back. Condon, Chris Danaher got a high one and gets a free kick after John Platten. Just an indiscretion there. Chris Danaher. Drop punt to the pocket. Terry Danaher and Salmon at the back. Langford, and it'll be a ball in. Langford playing his 199th today. He's had a tremendous career. One of the outstanding fullbacks in his time. Over the back. Denham and Ayres. Ayres goes to ground, gets a free kick. Just felt Denham and fell over, and it always helps.
Gary Ayres, a dangerous pass, that one. Not a good. Oh, Madigan was dragged off the ball. No free kick. Should have been against Somerville then. Here's Platten. As Tim Watson said, plays well against the Hawks. Langford and Ayres. How often have we called them in the past? Gary Ayres, Hudson versus Grenvald. Punched down by Grenvald was good play. Oh, determination by Pritchard. Hawthorn players everywhere here. Dean Anderson. A hook kick around the corner. Back with the flight was Anderson, and a good mark.
Somerville and Platten having a go off the ball, but that's been sorted out. Anderson from centre half back. Good kick, gives Salmon some hope. Wanganeen, clever take. O'Donnell, well played, struck the tackle. Bailey. Wallace, good kick and a good mark. And Essendon are looking very good in this opening term.
It was a very good kick then by Dean Bailey. He had the option of handballing, but spotting Dean Wallace back there from the 10-yard square, Dean leading out from the 10-yard square into the space in the 50-metre radius.
Well, he missed the last one, Tim, but he was a lot further out. He got too close to the man on his mark. And if you're going to lead and get bullet-like passes from Buick and Bailey, you're going to have to convert. So he missed the last one, but this one from 35 metres, drop punt. Missed again. So it doesn't give you a lot of confidence if someone's not going to kick the goal after you hit them lace out, and it's happened twice in 4 minutes.
Because there's nothing worse than the players upfield doing the work and the players in the forward line not finishing it off. There's a huge huddle here.
Well, I've never seen a huddle with so many players in it. Here's Madigan. Oh, that's a free kick against Somerville, and he should have been free kicked a couple of minutes ago for the same thing. He got him that time. This is Madigan taking the place of Chris Muir. Oh, that is disgusting play. To kick short and then lob it up like that and set your teammate up is bad play. And a 50-metre penalty. Well, honestly, if you're in defence, you should kick it as far as you can, Tim.
Well, not always.
Let's have a look.
That was a poor selection, that one. He just chipped it up to Ben Allen, who was 2-on-1.
What's the 50 for?
Possibly the.
Well, I mean, was that deliberate or what?
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I guess it was deliberate. It must be a reportable offence.
Well, I mean, that's
unduly rough play.
Well, the kick's going to Wanganeen from 35 metres, a very debatable 50 metres.
But you thought it was 40?
Well, Gavin Wanganeen, oh, an ordinary looking kick. Did it sneak in? It might have just got in. Yes, a goal. So the Bombers have kicked their 7th. 7-3 plays 3-2.
Yes, Madigan chipping that one far too high for Ben Allen, and Gavin Wanganeen copping an accidental knee then to the head. He's a good 50 metres and well within kicking distance.
Perfect timing for Essendon too, with less than a minute remaining. They lead 45-20. Somerville won the tap. Buick was cut off there by Condon. They've woken up to Buick running through there. Ayres, Jarman will sit and wait, hope for a bounce and take Thompson on. Gets around him. Good kick to Dunstall. Geez, clever that Jarman. Inside 30 seconds now for Dunstall. Long way out, 50 metres out. Drop punt, kicks it right up towards Brereton. Kick it from the side. Harvey and Brereton, Dermott looking for a free kick. And it'll be a throw-in.
Yes, and if there's one thing I know Kevin Schutte hates more than anything in this world, it's goals being scored in the last minute of play.
Well, 17 seconds remaining. Let's see if it goes against them. Here's Ben Allen, got a fumble. Still Allen, back to Brereton, left foot smothered very well off the boot by Harvey. And Harvey makes a mistake. The siren will go though, and it does now. It's been Essendon's quarter, no question of that. They lead 7-3 to 3-2.
What's coming up right up to the boundary and taking him out of the game.
Start of the second term. Hawthorn going to the right of screen. They trail by 25 points. Salmon got an awkward one and Lawrence won it. Denham got a high tackle. Play on call. Well, surely it was too high, but...
Well, umpires in a better position than us, aren't they, Peter?
Well, I won't comment.
Don't thump the desk too hard, Peter.
Well, you've got to be consistent.
Lawrence, now Condon. Platten couldn't get his kick away. They've been quick on Platten today. There's Izard. Anderson with a bounce. High drop punt to centre half forward. Or didn't quite get that far. Wanganeen at the back flying. Maybe should have sat down. Spawn, a good tackle on him. Now Morrissey, Hawthorn. Morrissey, a high kick. Back to the centre. Chris Danaher and Condon. Kick it clever. He improvises so well. Bailey's handball. Spawn should kick it. Well, he had a short pass on option. Goes straight down towards Somerville and Langford. Wallace got rid of it. Here's Danaher. Couldn't quite half volley it with the one hand. It's not easy under pressure. And Taylor, and it'll be a throw in the pocket. But again, Essendon worrying them out of it. And the Morrissey kick was a kick of a man under pressure when there was nobody about.
Yes, as we mentioned before, there has been a lot of pressure in this game, and players often feel that pressure, and when they're on their own, elect to do probably what isn't the right thing to do at the time.
Gary Ayres diving on the ball and trying to get it out, but the umpire would come in and bounce. And the Hawks not playing well. The Bombers well on top at the moment. Brendan Carland and David Howlett, the two umpires. It's Brendan Carland bouncing it. Buick, now Morrissey. Dean Wallace is in there. They're looking for a loose ball. Here's Gary O'Donnell. No, it's not. It's Terry Danaher. loses it. Jason Taylor to the wide open spaces. The race is on. Allen versus Kickett. Kickett. A swooping hand pass. Gary O'Donnell versus Pritchard, and O'Donnell, well, he keeps it back in play, but straight to Platten. Platten, a wobbly kick around the boundary line. Nugent ran at it and missed. It's backhanded back to Chris Danaher, and socket off the ground by Pritchard and over the line on centre wing.
And there's a lot of pressure out there, Pete.
Real battle for the Hawks. Won 2 of their first 4. Essendon 1 of their first 4. The two teams who dominated in the mid-80s. There's Collins' left foot. Oh, Brereton, surely a free kick. Harvey into his back. Play on call. The kick was paid. The kick by Hudson. Dunstall goes to ground with Flood. Holds on. Free kick to Flood. Good umpiring by Howlett. He saw it. Well, Grenvold made the lead for Flood. Now Flood swings it wide. Salmon sits, waits. Decides not to go to Izzard and then eventually has to. Izzard had Harvey square. Decides to go for a run. Brereton chasing. That'll test the hip, but he ran him down. Chris Danaher, Anderson, down the ground or coming back to Anderson against Jarman. 2 ex-South Australians. Well, what an effort by Brereton there, Tim, to run Izzard down, but I guess the change of course gave him a chance. Izzard, in fact, ran back towards him in the end.
Yes, he cut back towards Brereton, but that was inspirational stuff then by Dermot Brereton.
The kick to centre wing. Good mark by Spawn, a little bit too tall for Daryn Pritchard. They'll miss Gowers across the centre because he is 6'3". Spawn races to the centre of the ground. Brings it in towards half forward. Gary Ayres at the back takes a strong mark. On he goes to Platten. John Platten to the half-forward line. Pritchard will lead in the race. Will it sit for him? It will. Now he gets onto his right foot. He'll probably look for Dunstall. Here he is. Out he comes, and he marks. Oh, 50 metres it's got to be. Across the head. And it is. Now he'll kick from right on the line. And not good play by Izzard, because it would have been a difficult kick from where he was, Tim.
It was stupid play then by Alan Izzard. He had the opportunity then of committing his body to the ball, which would have been almost suicidal in that instance, but then once the ball had gone, he really should have missed.
Jason Dunstall for his third, and he has kicked it. So the Hawks sneak a little bit closer. 7-3 plays 4-2.
Yes, by giving away that indiscriminate 50 metres, he's put Jason Dunstall right on the line to kick a goal. I think Jason Dunstall perhaps made a little bit more of it than what there was there.
Well, actually, when you look in replay, it wasn't all that serious, was it? Really, just a clip across the ear.
7-4. Salmon against Lawrence. The margin closes to 19 points. Lawrence winning the tap. Free kick against Salmon for charging into him. And Lawrence feeling the effects, as you can see. Wide, Platten takes the mark. He's had quite a few touches, Platten. That's his 9th kick. Not a very good one, but just bouncing in. 9 kicks for Platten. Brownlow and McGarry medalists. And didn't he come to Hawthorn at the right time? They just keep on playing in grand finals and winning premierships whilst he's been there. Must be coincidental. Izzard got a high one, no free kick. Here's Pritchard, always looks for Dunstall. Flood hanging. Oh, should be a free kick. No pay. Thompson runs it through from behind. And,
unbelievable.
Flood was hanging on for a long time there against Dunstall.
Unbelievable.
You will not get a free kick if you're a forward in today's football.
Well, if umpires start to have the guts to pay full forwards what they deserve, it'll be a better game. But fair income. Dunstall puts up with a lot down there at full forward. There's the kick to the half-back line. A mark to Izzard. A different thing when it's in front of goal, unfortunately. There's the mark on centre wing by Salmon. Immediately plays on. Platten after him. Now he's got a loose man in Darren Buick. Has to wait for the bounce. Buick. Chip pass. It was a bad one. Chris Danaher tapped it away from Kickett. That allows Hawthorn in. Platten to Allen. Allen to the half-forward line. Hudson. Oh, he waited for the bounce. He should have marked it. On the left foot, he'll hook it back to Dunstall. Dunstall out. Oh, Didn't quite mark it. Almost a mark. Glenn Nugent on the left foot. Has goal.
At Westpac, we understand that when it comes to looking after your own, there's no place like home. And to make buying your home easier, we're offering you a special low interest rate of just 9.25% per annum, together with one low bank establishment fee of $250. This is a limited offer, so talk to your Westpac manager today, because we want you to be as comfortable with your home loan as you are with your new home.
Hawks are closing at the park at 5-3 to 7-3. Nugent getting the goal. Lawrence to go against Salmon. Wins it again. He's been dominating. A well-played Thompson. Collins. Lawrence clever. Platten's 10th kick. Dunstall versus Flood. Tapped on by Hudson Dunstall. He's kicked 3. Left foot. He's kicked 4. 6-3, 7-3.
And don't you get the feeling that the Hawks are starting to run and get back into this game? All players then electing to run and guard their man instead of running straight at Jason Dunstall and putting under some immediate pressure. And how many times have we seen him spin around onto his left or right foot and kick a goal?
Back to the centre, where Lawrence is looking pretty ferocious at the moment. He got a bit of a knee earlier, and I think it's lifted him. There's Bailey, loses it. Anderson, Pritchard, Ayres, Lawrence. Brought down from behind, but he gets in a hand pass. Condon, Morrissey, and the Hawks go forward again. Where's Dunstall? Well, he's at the back. Here he is. A free kick. It's going Hawthorn's way against Izard, and it is going to Nugent. It didn't look to be much in that either. And Alan Izard can't believe it. Well, Glenn Nugent's got the kick. He's already kicked the goal. But he will kick from 45 metres. A left footer. Glenn Nugent from directly in front. Oh, that'll bring rain, that kick. Shocking looking kick straight up in the air, and has missed to the left and never looked like it, Tim.
No, it didn't. I'm just looking back at the last few centre bounces here, and Hawthorn have taken the ball out of the centre. Essendon need to get some supremacy back in that department.
Harvey took it short and then was called play on. Salmon the target. Good mark by the big man at the back. Had to go because Hawthorn was within 50 metres. He goes short, finds Izard. Again short, pinpoint accuracy to Spawn. Quickly plays on. McGuinness and Wallace. Gary Ayres gives it away to Wallace. Here's a chance, takes a bounce. Didn't get a favourable one, goes again, all too slow. Gone. Very poor football. Play on called against McGuinness. Now Collins to Langford. Langford repels and kicks it to Lawrence. And Hawthorn with the break. Anderson brings it inside. Izard versus Nugent. Well, look, free kick to Harvey, not paid. Brereton. It's only had the one kick. That's his second. Smothered by Salmon. Well played. Condon's left foot. A high one. Pritchard gets into O'Donnell's back with a little shove. And, in fact, has paid the mark. Well, Pritchard's mark from about 70 metres. Well, it was poor play by Wallace at the other end, wasn't it, to give it away like he did. Here's Pritchard, Dunstall the target, Hudson there, Dunstall at the back. Well done, Grenville, to put the big fist up. Jarman, he's a brilliant footballer. Bounce, squares it up, left foot, bang, gives it half a chance and kicks it behind. Makes it look easy, doesn't he?
Is he a classic, Tim, to watch, isn't he?
He's a special talent, isn't he?
Oh. He is just magic to watch, Daryn Jarman.
Everything slows down when he gets the footy, doesn't it?
He walks round players. Greg Anderson to the half-back line. Lawrence will come from behind and try and thump at the ground. Salmon couldn't quite take it. There's a quick hand pass. Dean Anderson, a wobbly one. Dunstall at the back. No mark. Madigan races in, kicks and misses. But Hawthorn doing all the attacking, Tim.
And Essendon have made a change and put Greg Anderson back on to Jason Dunstall. And David Flood, I think, has gone on to Madigan.
What about Greg Anderson? He's had Starcevic and Dunstall in the last couple of weeks. Gee, his role's changed since you played for them, Tim, and that wasn't all that long ago.
Yes, it has, and Essendon are very keen to get more run out of their back line, which they think that Greg Anderson provides.
Flood goes out towards half-back, gets Danaher, that's Terry, onto O'Donnell, probably should have kicked it, gets caught, well played Danaher, he had a very good opening 15 minutes, swings it inside, Denham, Chris Danaher, squares it up to Bailey, Spawn running for him, Bailey swings it across, well, danger, Somerville, got away from Lawrence, but not forever, then very awkward, it's poor play by Essendon, Collins ridden into the ground, Anderson got a high one, no free kicks, Lawrence with a bit of skill half volleys it. Now Condon comes away. They've turned it over a couple of times, Essendon. Flood takes the mark on Madigan.
David Flood, oh, he's kicked it straight to Hudson. Where's Dunstall? No, Hudson has a shot on the left foot. It swings in and misses to the left. But, oh, there's some mistakes being made at the moment, Tim.
Yes, and David Grenbold, who's tagging Paul Hudson, giving David Flood a very dark look then.
The kick by Anderson to the half-back line. The ball hits the deck. Oh, the Hawks dragged off the ball. It'll be a free kick. I think it'll go to Jarman. And it will. Now the leads are on. The short one. Oh, shocking kick by Daryn Jarman. Straight to Denham. Denham to Buick. Buick to Spawn. Spawn no one to give it to, so he has to go back. Kieran Spawn in towards half forward. Over the back. It's no mark. Scott McGuinness. Handball over the top. Players race at the ball. Here's some strength. Terry Danaher caught. Oh, shuffled out by Dee Wallace to the space. Wanganeen after it. Oh, good play by Jarman. Brilliant play. Scott McGuinness. Now it's Platten. Now it's Morrissey. And Denham. Oh, he gets unloaded by Ayres. And umpires paid a free kick.
Yes, Peter, and Somerville has gone off and been replaced by Michael Long, who's now down at full forward.
Kick by Spawn. Danaher waits for it. Lawrence did well. Playing without a forward line at the moment, Essendon. There's no one in the forward line at all. Collins a sweeping handball to Condon. Langford, the full-back. Long. Langford tried to finesse, but there's no one within about 70 metres of the goal. O'Donnell, well, he got a shot there because he couldn't see anything. Then goes square to kick it. Bad kick. Platten. Terry Danaher is playing pretty well. Gets caught, though. Well tackled. Ben Allen. And one of Essendon's problems when they get the footy, they're getting caught because they've got no one to kick it to. Well played by Izard to Bailey. He's been called the poor man's Tim Watson. I'm not sure what that means. Here's Chris Danaher. Good kick to Long. Oh, I said good kick. He didn't make it that far. And Collins came in between and took the mark.
He's a gutsy player, isn't he, Collins?
He's a terrific player, Andy Collins. But Essendon really are having trouble as they go forward.
I'm amazed that Essendon cannot get some sort of a forward structure going. They haven't been able to do it for years. Oh, that's dangerous to Langford, but he's got the pace to get away on the left foot. Oh, shocking kick, but luck's a fortune. Oh, Ben Allen taps it straight back and it missed the mark, and over the line it goes right out on centre wing, and Sean Denham, after being unloaded, well, he got hit by Gary Ayres, and I'll tell you what, if you get hit by Ayres, Tim, you don't normally get up.
Yes, he looks a little bit groggy there.
Kilpatrick coming on for his first game. Salmon versus Taylor. Gee, it's been a quarter of errors, hasn't it? Just Hawthorn have made fewer. Anderson makes one there to Bailey. High kick going nowhere. Standard of play is very poor at the moment. Marked by Anderson. 50 metres against Wallace. Well, Tim, I just get the feeling in the last 15 minutes that we know why Essendon are way down and Hawthorn are struggling. The footy's been awful.
Yes, there's been plenty of errors made in the last 10 minutes of play.
Anderson to centre half forward. Flood away from his Hudson. Back turns cleverly. Left foot snap. And he misses. Kicks it through for a behind. But Hawthorn are doing all the attacking. They're up to 6-8. And they've kicked 3-6 in this term. Jared Healy, the situation with Denham.
Well, the Essendon hierarchy have told me that he's come off for a drink, and having a look at him, I think that may be the reason.
45 to 44. Well, he's maybe not in the same shape Gowers as him, but he's pretty groggy.
Ayres in front and takes the mark with strength. Pritchard, a high floater in towards the pocket. Dunstall will come from behind. Oh, push out Dunstall. Yes, and umpire Brendan Carlin right on the scene. As long as they play them both ways. Players never complain if they go both ways. That occasion, no doubt, of pushing the back. Anderson. Taylor, discipline. Big fun.
And as I look down the ground into Essendon's forward line, they've got 3 players on the forward line opposed to the 4 Hawthorn defenders. Often they do like to play a 7-man, 8-man back line, Essendon, but they just haven't got the numbers when they do go into the forward line.
Well, we had a shot of Long and Collins, and they were 80 metres away from the goal, and there was no one between them and the goal. Kickett's just out on the full. He was disappointed. It was going to take skill to get it there.
This does work. This setup does work for Essendon, but you've got to be getting the ball into the forward line very quickly. If it's going in slowly, then there's just too much time for Hawthorn to set up a defence.
Well, they've got no one past centre at the moment. There's a kick towards Brereton. Chris Danaher takes it off Manigan. Platten at the back, takes the mark off Kilpatrick, bangs it back. Izard and Nugent. Izard stretches high, no mark paid. Grenvold under pressure from Dunstall. Goes to the boundary line, and he's going to give away a free kick. Well,
pretty tough.
No, I think that was a free kick, definitely.
Pritchard was going to square it to Hudson, so deliberate there against Grenvold. And Pritchard now fancies... Look around here, and he's got a few opportunities. Have closed for the moment. He's going to go for the goal. Drop punt. He's kicked it all right, hasn't he? How's that one? Straight through.
When you've got really serious work to do, it might not be enough to just have a big V6 under the bonnet. That's why Mitsubishi proudly bring you the new Triton 3-litre V6 cab chassis with 4-wheel drive. The new Triton V6. Have a think about it. Or as the boys at Mitsubishi might say, please consider.
Yes, Tim, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think you said he made it fairly obvious, and that was what gave it away. Ben Allen to half forward. Oh, brilliant Mark Jarman. Now he's on the right foot from 60 metres. He bangs a goal, Daryn Jarman. What a brilliant goal. Well, there's no doubt about him. Daryn Jarman's kicked his first, but what a class act. 8-8 for 7-3.
Yes, Daryn Jarman is a very special talent, a very laconic looking player, but then when he gets the ball, he always seems to make it talk.
(8-8, 7-3). Hawthorn on a roll. They've really come good in this term. Salmon wins the tap. Collins misses it. Grenvold, O'Donnell. Those midfielders were going so well for Essendon early. Anderson, a high one. Free kick surely to Chris Danaher. Being manhandled. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Has Bailey square, and he should go to him, and he does now. Grenvold runs for him. Again to kick it. Have a shot, Derek, they say. And he does. And kicks it towards the goal square. And Salmon takes the mark.
That was the perfect kick.
Yes, he gave Salmon every chance.
In fact, I think he was passing then to Kieran Spawn, who was behind Salmon. Derek Kickett, if there's one thing Derek's got, he's got wonderful vision. And I really think that he tried to kick that over Paul Salmon's head, which is no mean feat.
Well, Salmon, leading goal kicker at Essendon in 84, 87, 88, 89, 90. He's only kicked 2 goals before this match this season in his 4 games, and he lines up from 15 metres out for his second today, leans back, drop punt, doesn't kick it too well, and misses. Well, Kevin Sheedy would be seething. Dean Wallace missed an easy one in the opening term, and Paul Salmon's missed one. I reckon that was even a more simple approach to that time.
Yes, a good forward should kick those. Now the mark taken by Spawn. They've got another chance here, the Bombers, as in it comes to half forward. Some pushing and shoving going on. Strong Hawthorn defence. Platten to Scott McGuinness, to Anderson, and the Hawks are off and running. Dean Anderson, the long kick to centre wing. Oh, they all waited and looked at it. Grenvold Gets in a quick hand pass. Bailey. Mark Thompson. Thompson, the short one, and he finds Spawn. Is it a mark? No, not long enough, the umpire said. Dean Anderson. Condon. To the centre of the ground. It should be a mark, and it is to Chris Danaher.
Getting some touches, Danaher. That one Kilpatrick's first touch, but it just fell into Buick. Sold a handball, then squeezes it wide. Good kick in the end, gives Salmon every chance. He's got Izzard inside, goes over the top. Izzard should kick this. Drop punt, 35 metres out. Well, Long will take the mark and kick it for him.
Round 5 of the AFL Premiership season, and the Eagles have landed. Brisbane, last start winners over league leaders Fitzroy, is finding the form to topple an out-of-sorts West Coast. Reserves at 4:30, seniors at 7:30. The Bears and the Eagles, East versus West, under lights at Carrara. Tickets from Ticket World and the Gold Coast Arts Centre. The Brisbane Bears. Be part of it.
We'll be there.
Gavin Wanganeen on the bench as Essendon hit back. They trail by 4 points. It's been Hawthorn's quarter. Plattons, but worked very, very hard. Or Kickett took it away from Anderson. Well done, Derek Kickett. Wallace to Buick. Salmon, no mark. Umpire calls play on a good attempt by Salmon. Oh, Long kicks it backwards, which was good play because he found O'Donnell. That was good football. In towards the big, tall Salmon. Oh, he waited Salmon. Bad play, Paul Salmon. He allowed Taylor to take it uncontested.
And plays on, gets a high tackle against Long. Poor tackle by Long because Taylor was under pressure, and he wrapped his arms around his body. He had a chance.
And wasn't that a wonderful kick by Michael Long a minute ago back to Gary O'Donnell? Having the presence of mind to know that he wouldn't be able to spin either way, and just saw Gary O'Donnell in front of him and took the first option.
Taylor, ex-Lion, who's done pretty well at Hawthorn. He's been a surprise packer. Danaher at the back, gives his brother a chance. Took the opportunity. He's got Spawn very short. He didn't try to kick it to him. It was a very poor kick. Grenville, well, he's got courage. We know that, and he needed it, and he got a free kick. Well, it's instinctive, I reckon, Tim, in football, whether you go for it or not under those circumstances, and Grenville's got it, hasn't he?
Yes, I really didn't think there was too much in that at all. Perhaps the hand did go over the shoulder, but Andrew Collins was committed. He did have to go and tackle him on.
Short to Chris Danaher. Well, is that 50? Yes. Against Andy Collins.
And Bruce, Hawthorn have looked a bit ragged in the last 5 minutes. They had a wonderful first 20 minutes of this quarter, but just in the last 5 minutes, they've just been a little bit loose in their picking up of players.
So there's a 50-metre penalty. Collins hanging on. He was disappointed. Chris Danaher to kick his second.
Around the world, people are getting off on Prince. Prince and the new power generation, Diamonds and Pearls. His best album since Purple Rain features the smash hit, Cream. Prince and the new power generation, the new album, Diamonds and Pearls.
Essendon by 2 points. And again, it emphasises the importance of the 50-metre penalties. You just cannot afford to give them away anywhere near the forward line. It certainly cost Hawthorn a goal. Tapped down by Somerville was good play. Here's Buick again. Buick from 50 will run. He races in the goal, Daryn Buick, and goals. That's his first. But most importantly, the Bombers lead by 8 points.
Listen, Peter Somerville getting the knock down then, and Chrissy Danaher having the presence of mind to put it quickly on his foot. It really did go just to the open spaces where Daryn Buick picked the ball up. And as I said before, when he's firing, so are the Bombers.
Well, you've mentioned it, Tim. He's fast become Essendon's most important player at 64 to 56. The catalyst, Buick. Somerville's in the ruck. Condon gets the tap. Missed by Thompson. Now Grenville gets a shot at it. Gets caught. Good tackle on him. And the umpires let it go for a bit and then ball it up. Grenville, who missed last year with a knee injury, former Glenelg player, highly thought of by Kevin Sheedy. And getting into full fitness now. It must be hard when you miss such a lot of football with a knee. Tim would know all about that in the old days. As Somerville goes with Platten on the bottom of it. Danaher over the top and a free kick to Platten. He just fell on top of him, Chris Danaher. Platten comes out with it. 13th kick coming up for the little rat. As he goes to Dunstall, can't quite get it that far. Izard goes for a fly. Anderson and Dunstall. Now Morrissey with Nugent. And it'll be a throw-in. So Hawthorn now struggling again at 8-8 to 10-4. They dominated the first 20 minutes. Ben Allen on screen with Dermot Brereton, two of their stars who are both struggling.
Yes, very quiet, both of them. Half forward. Lawrence hooks it down with the left hand. Number 42 is Kilpatrick. Now it's Izard to half forward. Now here's Allen. They need him firing, Hawthorn. The kick. Hudson. Oh, he just took his eyes off it at the split second. Now he's got a second chance. Hudson and Grenbold. Grenbold's had the better of that duel. Taken away by Kickett. Good play, Derek Kickett. Jarman. Kickett goes to ground. Taps it on Jenkins now, and Jenkins taps it over the line. Deliberate. No doubt in the world about that one, and good umpiring. And as long as they're consistent, Tim, that's the main thing.
That's all the players ask for, isn't it?
I thought Derek Kickett was outstanding there, the way he just kept that ball in Essendon's favour. The kick by Grenbold to Danaher. As you mentioned earlier, his vision's extraordinary, Kickett, isn't it?
Great player. Played a blinder against Collingwood last week on Dacos.
He certainly did. It was one of the jewels of the early part of the season that was worth cherishing. O'Donnell threw it and got caught. Good umpiring. Here's Platten, 14th kick coming up. Asking Dunstall to lead. Squares it, gives him a chance. Anderson goes from the side, takes a big chance. Jarman tried to trap it, couldn't. Brereton caught. Quick kick by Anderson. Grenbold sits. Nugent worries him. Condon just a little throw. Jarman round the body. Anderson takes the mark. And you've got to say at this stage that move has worked all right, Tim.
Yes, he's doing well. And I was amused then by just a little throw.
Yeah. Well, they're all throws. Just something you don't see as obvious as the others. Izard. Well, you know what he's going to try and do.
Dangerous.
It is. Harvey had to stand his ground now. Hudson. Well, he can square up, have a shot and kick a goal. Drop punt. Let's see what it does. Misses. Behind. And that's been a bit of a story for Hawthorn. 8-9 to 10-4.
As a backman, you must run at that player who's got the ball. You've got to force him into making a decision.
Greg Anderson to the half-back line. Morrissey takes the mark. Good mark to James Morrissey. The Hawks have made a great comeback in this term. Now he's an ordinary kick, a shocker from Morrissey. And Izard goes to the safety of the boundary line. Will it stay in? It does. Oh, Morrissey cleverly, but eventually it's tapped over the line by Bailey. But a poor kick by Morrissey. Should have been belting it down to the square.
Yes, he should have kicked that one long into the square. But I sense that both sides are a little bit tired and perhaps just hanging in there for the half-time siren.
Somerville to do the ruck work. Tap to ground. Ayres. Harvey kicks it out of the danger zone. Wide. And it bounces in. Scott McGuinness races at it. It's too slow to get his boot to the ball. Dean Wallace dodges and weaves. A hand pass. Spawn was covered. Gets it back to Danaher. Danaher to half forward. Collins and Long. Collins tapped it down. He's got Pritchard with support. O'Donnell is there and Platten. Now it's Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick to the pocket. And a good mark taken by Salmon. Paul Salmon in towards the square. Thompson has marked. So the captain, Mark Thompson, with 45 seconds of play left, has marked in front of goal.
That was wonderful play then by Gary O'Donnell to grab that ball and knock it clear.
There's a kick and it's a goal. So Mark Thompson, getting close to half-time, has kicked his first, and Essendon have kicked their 11th. 11-4 plays 8-9.
Yes, that ball was in dispute out there on the flank. O'Donnell just got a hand in, which knocked it out, and Kilpatrick, who's just come on the ground for his first game this quarter, a beautiful pass to Salmon. Salmon had the presence of mind to get it on quickly, and Bomber Thompson just stood his ground.
Well, Tim, does Kevin Sheedy like scoring goals in the last minute of a quarter? You told us he hated having one scored against him. They've just done it there.
I think all coaches like to score goals in the last minute of the quarter.
11-4-8-9, 70-57, and suddenly Essendon back in control. Oh, high one there, and must be a free kick. As the clock ticks down to the last 20 seconds, Ben Allen and Morrissey were two of Hawthorn's big stars last year, and there have been two of their players this year that have struggled. Torpedo punts a magnificent kick. Dunstall versus Anderson. It's running away from both of them. Izard gets back, and that'll be a throw-in the pocket. So less than 10 seconds exactly remaining. Hawthorn would love one here to bring them back within 7 points, and if Essendon can hang on, then they're going to have the momentum at half-time after Hawthorn's good work will come undone. Harvey off the ground by Jarman, and it's a behind. So it's 8-10 to 11-4. Jarman with 1 goal, 3 in the first half. Dunstall's kicked 4 goals, and Chris Danaher has kicked 2. Dermot Brereton struggled. Ayres and Jarman together. There's Thompson who kicked the last goal. It's really been Dunstall been the star for Hawthorn up forward. Somerville has kicked the goal for Essendon. And at half-time, the Bombers are 2 goals in front. They're 11-4, and the Hawks are 8-10.
Tonight on 7 Nightly News.
A 27-year-old man becomes Queensland's first Easter Road Toll victim. Arson suspected in a fire that extensively damaged the top floor of a Toowoomba hotel. And a record run home for yachts in the Brisbane to Gladstone race.
Full details of today's top stories on 7 Nightly News.
If it only saves you once a year, it's a good year. So have a safe Easter with the Goodyear Easter Safety Savers. A half-price safety service that gives you a grease and oil change, wheel alignment and balance, brake adjustment, tyre inspection. Normally $110, now only $55. And safe Aussie steel from only $66. So see your Goodyear dealer now.
Good tyres, good service, good people, Goodyear.
After captivating audiences around the world, the internationally acclaimed Four Kinsmen bring their fabulous show home to you.
Well, my friends, the time has come. Raise the roof and have some fun.
Don't miss their songs, dance, the impressions, the laughs, and their dynamic harmonies. Australia's multi-award-winning group, the Four Kinsmen.
This could be your last chance to see the Purple One live. Win the hot seats to the hot concert. Prince, 5 rows from the front. Call 0055 333196 now. It's your last chance to win yourself 2 fifth-row tickets. See Prince live in concert, 5 rows from centre stage. Call 0055 333196 to win. One taste, and you're hooked.
I can't stop this feeling deep inside of me. Girl, you just don't realize what you do to me. I'm hooked on a feeling. I'm believing that you're in love with me.
Imagine your own 2.5-acre farmlet in sunny Queensland from only $13,950. Town water and power connected from 10% deposit or just $54 per week. Phone now, 222-7322.
It's a bubble jet. For printing that'll make your eyes pop. There's 4-color process for the desktop.
A bubble jet printer.
The new Color Squirt Bubble Jet Printer from Canon.
The weather for your Easter break is the most important weather of all. That's why Brownie's Coast Watch is here every night over Easter on 7 Nightly News.
Well, I reckon Essendon will be pretty happy at half-time. They were being run over by Hawthorn, but they've fought back. They kicked 4-5 in that term. Hawthorn kicked 5-8, and at half-time, Essendon lead 11 goals 4 to Hawthorn, 8 goals 10. It's been an entertaining first half, lots of mistakes, but a lot of pressure, and I'm sure that both Tim Watson and Peter McKenna have enjoyed what they've seen so far. But I had the feeling, both Peter and Tim, that Essendon have been able to take that momentum away from Hawthorn in the last 10 minutes of that quarter.
Yes, well, it was all Hawthorn for the first 20 minutes of that quarter. But I did get the feeling towards the end of the quarter that Essendon had come back into the game. They got the ball out of the centre a couple of times. Daryn Buick started to touch the ball again, and Essendon looked a much better side when he is firing.
Yes, really, that first half of that quarter was dominated by Hawthorn because they were getting it out of the centre, and they looked like the Hawthorn of old. I think Alan Joyce had razzed them up at quarter time because their first quarter they were well beaten. As we look at the second quarter stats, Tim, and you can see by the centre breaks that Hawthorn were going in a lot harder than they were in the first term.
Yes, they were getting the ball out of the centre first use. Probably the interesting statistic there is that 23 marks to Essendon and 14 to Hawthorn. Now, lots of times Essendon went forward during that quarter and they messed about across the centre line, not really having an option up forward.
And I saw the tackles then in that second quarter were 12-3 in favour of Hawthorn, which indicates they're making a far better effort. But look at the tackles, 20-9. Sometimes that can be misleading. It means that the other side's got the ball a lot, doesn't it?
That's right. If you're chasing, then obviously you'll be tackling probably more than the other side too. Essendon still have a huge gap there with 22 to 14 hit-outs. And really, at this stage of the game, you'd probably have to say that Essendon took back the ascendancy from Hawthorn towards the end of that quarter.
Yes, they lead by 2 goals, and the exciting thing about this match is that a loss to either side is very damaging. They've got a lot to play for. We'll be going to the MCG. Anthony Danaher not playing today. MCG after this break for a half-time summary.
Time is running out for you to secure a brand new luxury unit at Points North Coolangatta. Priced thousands below replacement cost, these oceanfront units represent an outstanding investment opportunity and unbeatable value. Take advantage now. Remaining units are selling fast. Points North offers you the perfect fully managed rental investment, retirement or holiday home. Be quick to secure the investment and lifestyle you've always wanted. See Points North today on the beach at Coolangatta.
Take me to the top. This is the place I love, Terranora Lakes Resort and Country Club. Yes, 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 Terranora.
Drive up or catch a free coach from Brisbane or the Gold Coast.
Take me to the top, Terranora Lakes
Country Club and Resort.
Take me to the top.
Those golden years.
Love is a beautiful song.
J&B present a beautiful collection of the songs you'll love. 32 of your all-time favorites.
Oh, my papa.
And you'll love them all. The golden years. Nearly 2 hours of wonderful memories from J&B.
Such a gentle way about you. All around the world wouldn't go away without you. My Singapore girl.
The cyclone struck the towns of Ayr and Home Hill at 11 a.m. By 3 p.m. the same day, Suncorp specialists had assembled in Townsville.
And by the next morning, they were here, processing claims. Just 1 day later, the first cheque was handed over to cyclone victims. We can attend to your claim in the shortest possible time too, because Suncorp has permanent branches like this all over Queensland. We strive to be first, fast and fair.
When the going gets tough, Suncorp Insurance is on your side. Insure your home and contents with Suncorp.
Essendon by 2 goals at half-time at Waverley Park. One of the most interesting games of the round being played at the MCG. It was a toss of the coin, favouritism-wise, between North Melbourne and Footscray. Let's go across and join Drew Morford at half-time.
Well, Bruce, the irresistible force that has been Footscray so far is continuing here at the MCG. They've won 3 and lost 1 to be third on the ladder, and at half-time they lead North Melbourne by 32 points. They led by 14 at quarter-time, 11 goals, 13 to 6 goals, 11, and that's only after North kicked the last 2 goals of the second quarter. For Footscray, well, they've had good service from Chris Grant, who's kicked 3. Steve Collinghute kicked 2 goals, 4. Danny Delray's kicked 2, and Hawkins has kicked 2. And for North Melbourne, young Christian Anning, in his first season of football, has kicked 2 goals. Let's take a look at some highlights from the second quarter.
You just go back steady. It's early in the game. Get your kick away out of defence.
There's another mistake made by Footscray. The kick in by Campbell. Now Anning kicked a goal in the first quarter. Kicked a good goal, actually, in the first term. And missed, I think. Now it's a goal. Looked as though Hawkins was prepared to play on. Now he kicks it, a floater, into the front of the goals. Martin can't quite mark. Dennis taken away by Coleman. Coleman across his body. Mark taken by Grant, and he kicks a goal.
Away to German, up to Shaw, but he missed him. He's met solidly. Well played, Wallace. Left it clear path on McPherson. Now Rowan Smith, the youngster, a good mover. In his first season of football, open goal, kicks it.
Nicely, kicks it wide to half forward. If you've got no one to kick it to, that's not a bad ploy. Hawkins, back to Atkins, into Grant. He'll have a set shot from 35 metres out, and he doesn't miss those.
Long kick to Hawkins, he's got the sit. Oh, brilliant. No mark paid. Martin. Bit slow, Delray almost got him. Here's a chance for Kellett. Inside 50, Nigel Kellett. Bang!
Free kick to Anthony Dwyer, who's just come back on the ground. He kicks it into the forward pocket area. High flyer McCarthy. Couldn't mark. Carey off the ground. No, he gathers it. Still got it, Wayne Carey, and kicks the goal. Well done.
Matthew Mansfield back after a broken arm in the Foster's Cup. Good looking kick to full forward. Delray a chance. Collinghute, this is his first goal. At last.
Looking there's no doubt that North Melbourne are still in this game possession-wise. They just are turning the ball over far too easily. Unnecessary handballs there. Footscray far more positive if their outlook, and they've got the better forwards without doubt. That's showing on the scoreboard. Grant, Hawkins have been very good. Delray's been a find at full forward. It's been very consistent. Centre break's been quite even there. North just leading, but they can't actually get quality out of those breaks. Oshinko not doing a bad job on the ruck, particularly around the ground. He's actually had the better of Wind, I think. But North will have to have a very big third quarter to get themselves back in this game.
And they've got prime movers. They've got players like Steve Wallace, that terrific little tackler, Tony Liberatore, and really North Melbourne have to lift, otherwise they're in heaps of bother here with 1 win from 4 games.
And Drew, their 2 prime movers in Larkin and German just can't get to the contest at the moment, so they'll need to lift from those 2 players particularly.
Okay, so just repeating the score here at half-time with a clear lead to Footscray, 11 goals, 13, leading North Melbourne 6 goals, 11. The margin, 32 points at the long break.
And Carlton trailing in a surprise against Sydney at Princes Park. Still pretty tight there, but 19-point margin. Sydney at 8-4 to Carlton, 4 goals, 9. Well, West Coast, we talk about teams struggling. West Coast hasn't started as well this year as they did last year, where they dominated the early part of the competition. Tonight they go to Carrara to take on Brisbane. It could be a danger game. Bill McDonald has this preview.
Since joining the Bears from local club Southport 4 years ago, Marcus Ashcroft has made a hasty transition to top AFL football. Used to great effect as a tagger throughout most of last season, this year he's turning heads on the forward line. Most recently, kicking 3 goals against Paul Roos in the Bears' 24-point win over Fitzroy a fortnight ago.
The years of experience, like 4 years, my 4th year now, and sort of getting more experience and more confident in my own ability and sort of trying to mix it with the best now and sort of doing it right too.
Nicknamed Choppers for obvious reasons, Ashcroft has been named on a half-forward flank for tonight's clash and may just find himself tagged by Eagles skipper John Worsfold, who's playing his 100th match. Then again, John may be minding his younger brother Peter, who's been selected in the Bears' forward line. Either way, it's a match the Eagles can ill afford to lose, and one the Bears will have to be at their very best to win.
They're a very good side. They've got heaps of good players, and Main Waring, Chris Lewis is playing well at the moment. You got Matera on the wing as well. There's plenty of good running, sort of robust type players. We know we can play good football. We played well against Carlton and against Fitzroy. We just got to go out there and play the same style of football we did against Fitzroy and play for the whole 100 minutes, not just in patches.
Star-full forward Peter Sumich is a potential match winner, but his return hasn't fazed the Bears, who see the Eagles more vulnerable than ever.
1 out of 3, that's not a very good start for them, and they'll be coming over here fired up. Mick Malthouse would have got them fired up. So now's as good a time as any, I think, for us to try and knock them off.
Tough defender Martin Leslie returns to greatly bolster the Bears' back line, while Lawrence Shackey is back in the forward line after a 5-goal haul in the local competition last weekend. One thing's for sure, both sides like it physical, and with 4 premiership points more vital than ever, Carrara will be no place for the faint-hearted.
That's for sure, Bill McDonald. Brisbane against West Coast tonight on 7:30. Don't forget those people in Brisbane. Go to Carrara and support the Bears. They've got a chance tonight against West Coast. Check your local guides around Australia for telecast times tomorrow. Again, it's a check your local guides job. It's Adelaide against Richmond at Football Park in Adelaide. And then on Monday, well, they should have a monster crowd at the MCG. Melbourne up against Collingwood, and at Princess Park, a very important game between Fitzroy and St Kilda. Well, Simon Madden must have mixed feelings today. He's already played here. He's looking on at the club that he loves so much and he's given so much service to, but he's on the boundary line and he's already vowed that he'll be back. We take a break, second half after this.
Such a gentle way about you, all around the world, wouldn't go away without you, my Singapore girl.
Announcing an exciting new release for you to own on video. Neil Diamond, star of a sellout Australian concert tour, is the jazz singer.
I don't believe it. This is the biggest night of my life, and you want to drag me back to Elridge Street.
A man caught in the emotion of his own music. Now you can buy this unique tribute to a great musical talent, the jazz singer, on video from these stores.
I've known some pretty good all-rounders, and I've had a few tea breaks. So I can tell you, the new Tetley All-Rounder has a lot going for it.
Thank you.
Naturally, the tea quality is excellent. But each Tetley All-Rounder also has 2,000 perforations to let the real tea flavour flood out, which guarantees you a better cup of tea all round.
The new Tetley All-Rounder.
A better cup of tea all round.
In Woman's Day this week, Fergie's only interview, she reveals the secret sadness behind her marriage split and why Andrew didn't understand her. Di's father attacks Fergie in a cruel interview the Palace tried to ban, and Rose Hancock, in her most intimate interview yet, talks about sex, drugs and the other man. Tom and Nicole's exotic second honeymoon. TV star comforts dying AIDS girl Eve. At last, a fabulous eat and run diet, and you can't miss our amazing royal exclusive.
Who's open right now for all your Easter eggs and chocolates? Your Night Owl convenience store. That's who. Open daily till midnight. Night Owl, right now.
It's a bubble jet. For quality printing that's portable too, the Little Squirt's the printer for you.
A bubble jet printer.
The Little Squirt Bubble Jet Printer from Canon.
Until now, when you wanted to use Domestos up here, it ended up down here. Well, now there's new thick Domestos, so when you want to use it up here, it stays up here. To clean away bathroom plaque more thoroughly than ever before. New thick Domestos. It cleans better to clean more thoroughly.
Welcome back to Waverley. Both Essendon and Hawthorn on the ground, with Essendon leading by 2 goals. Jared Healy's been down below. Not sure if he had any luck getting into the rooms, but he's been besieged by people talking about Fremantle. What's happening there, Jared?
Well, it is the big story of the week, of course, Bruce, and I've been handed a letter from young Andrew Breeden, who suggests they should be called the Fremantle Falcons. He's already designed the jumper and the shorts and come up with a insignature, as you can see. So he's obviously put a lot of thought into that. He doesn't think they should be called the doctors because a lot of people don't like doctors, he tells me.
Well, Jared, Scotty Palmer, better watch out.
Oh, look out, there's a new boy in town. I did find out that Sean Denham will be okay.
That's good, Dan.
Today's game is part of the Carlton and United Breweries 1992 AFL Premiership season.
And we'll start with Greg Anderson.
Yes, Greg Anderson starting in the back line, on the half-back flank in the back pocket, and then going on to Jason Dunstall. And he's done very well then with 11 kicks, 3 handballs, and he's also tightened up on Jason Dunstall and been a terrific player for the Bombers.
Well, John Platten, he loves playing against Essendon. Look at the second term, 11 possessions, 14 and 4 for the game, a gutsy little rover.
And Chrissy Danaher is having a very good tussle with Anthony Condon. Danaher had 8 kicks in the second quarter and 3 handballs, and he's been a very busy player for the Bombers.
Anthony Condon, well, when you look, he had 3 and 4, but if he's playing on Chris Danaher, then it's not a good performance. He had 7 and 5, but he's an on-ball player, so he really should be doing better.
And Mark Thompson, who is Essendon's highest possession winner this season, and he's also playing another good game for the Bombers in the back line.
And Daryn Pritchard on the wing, well, a consistent game from Daryn, 8 kicks, 5 handballs, and his pace is an asset on the big Waverley ground.